Pro Boxing fans here with Claressa Shields. Claressa, it's take two. We're finally back. Big week, massive week of not just for female boxing, but for yourself, your career, and everything else. How are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel great to be surrounded by all the other fighters and the coaches, and just be back here in London again.
Listen, you're looking good. That's normally a good thing when it's coming up to fight week. You're smiling. You're talking to a lot of media. You know, you've got the bling on. You know, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I wore all pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to bring more attention to that. So anybody who want to give to breast cancer, there you go. It's just great to be here, though.
Just making the weight, coming back to making the weight again. Has that been difficult for yourself?
Nah, it wasn't difficult making the weight the first time. It's definitely not difficult making it this time. I feel good.
Listen, this fight is a fight that you wanted. It's a fight that Savannah's wanted since she started in a professional journey. But if you beat her and you win this fight, what's next for you? Because realistically, this is the fight that, and you've already spoke about Peter's comment saying there's nothing much left in this division after this fight. What would you do after this?
Well, just to reiterate, Savannah Marshall has not always wanted this fight. Because I was world champ at 168, and I had 2 titles, and we sent her a contract out to fight, and she turned us down, her and her team. I've always wanted this fight just to show everybody that she was probably better than me at that moment, but she's not better than me now. So let's pause that there. And then secondly, what'd you ask me? You said something about
I asked what would you do after this fight? Like,
what will I do after this fight? After I become undisputed champ for the 3rd time at 160 on Saturday, I mean, I would love to come back here in the UK and fight against their fighters, because right now they got a lot of world champs at 154. You got Terry Harper, you got Natasha Jonas. So, I mean, I would love to get in the ring with those girls, because I was undisputed champ at 154.
I spoke to GT just now, and he said, listen, it's inevitable. You're going to knock her out. The way you fight, the way she fights, it's going to be inevitable that you are going to knock her out. You've spoken about it before. Is it added pressure? Is it added pressure amongst yourself to get that knockout, to get that stellar performance on Saturday night?
It's no added pressure for me to get the knockout. Thank you. It's no added pressure. Because my main goal is to always win, but I know that I possess what it takes to get the KO over her. And her biggest mistake is going to be in there trying to come in there and knock me out. She lacks good defense. She make a lot of mistakes. But just the fact of her thinking that I don't hit her, once she gets cracked and she actually feel it, that's going to be something that mess with her the whole fight.
With this added rivalry that you've had it since Olympics, since I'm today, sorry. How are you going to sort of balance your mindset? So where you probably want to, you know, she's in the ring, you finally got your hands on her, to being the champion that you are and making sure you win the fight?
I've never taken anything that happened outside the ring and used it inside the ring. Honestly, I can't even watch whenever I watch the amateur fight, it's hard to see that I even lost the fight, but also too, like, I can't even compare on how she can beat me now, because I'm such a different fighter. It's like 2 different people, you know, so I don't really see her, if she doesn't acknowledge that I've gotten better and that I've added so many more things to the toolbox. I mean, if the gold medals don't show you and being the amateur world champion don't show you, then being the 12-time world champ don't show you, then I guess I just got to show you inside the ring. So she'll learn everything about me that's new once we get inside there.
It's the first time I interviewed you, I said you're breaking boundaries. You're the only person that I know who's doing boxing, doing MMA. You know, it's sort of pushing their boundaries. You're looking at, we're talking about this fight with Amanda Nunes, or something was going to go on. There was talks, there was things going on in the press. So you are breaking boundaries. But I do want to sort of move on from you, because I've got your team behind me. You're going to tap me on the shoulder. I want to talk about one of your Americans returning back to the ring on Saturday night, in Deontay Wilder. Just talk to me about him, man. Like, we know how much of a threat he is. How much more can you do in the division?
Deontay Wilder can do a lot in the division, and I'm bummed that we fighting on the same day. I wish that I was able to be in America to cheer him on, but I think he's going to do great. He's going to come back with a vengeance, and he still got that knockout power. And I just hope that, you know, he used that and stay calm, and that the Fury fights haven't affected him, and you never know. You might see a Deontay Wilder versus AJ, a Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz, and I feel like those fights are very, very good for boxing.
Final two questions for myself. It seems like Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia is going to happen. They both sort of put cryptic messages on their Twitter saying done deal. If that fight was to happen, how does that fight play out?
They've done that before, and it wasn't a fight that happened. But I mean, it was a whole poster with Ryan Garcia versus Pacquiao. Fight didn't happen. But I'll just say that I think Ryan Garcia do possess some things to give Gervonta Davis trouble, like his height and his length and his quickness. But I think that Gervonta Davis is just like one of the biggest power punchers in this era, and that if he stays calm and he figures Ryan Garcia out, he has the possibility to catch him and knock him out. But I don't think that Ryan Garcia can knock out Gervonta Davis. But I think he can maybe frustrate him and keep him on the outside, maybe. But I think Gervonta is just a very, very smart fighter.
This final one, GT spoke to me about why you guys came a little bit earlier. You were going to come to watch the Conor Benn, Chris Eubank fight. Unfortunately, that fight didn't take place because Conor Benn failed a drug test. Just give me your thoughts on the past week and what's happened in boxing, and potentially that fight was going to go ahead until they made the correct decision.
I don't know Conor Benn, but I think it's pretty disgusting that Eddie Hearn wanted the fight to go on despite the test. Saying like, oh, let's wait for the B sample. That's really all I seen. But I don't know Conor Benn, and I hope that they get that figured out. But at the end of the day, if any fighter fails any drug test, they should have to. The dang fight should be off. And that's it. It doesn't matter who calls it off or who think it should still go on, or B samples. If the A sample says you drop dirty, be respectful of the fighters and their lives, and you know what I'm saying, and give it a fair shake. But to see that Eddie still wanted it to go on and stuff, and it just was like you can see that some fighters don't really care. Well, some people don't really care about the fighters in the sport of boxing.
Claressa, it's always a pleasure talking to yourself. Good luck on Saturday night. You'll say to me you don't need it, but yeah, good luck, and we'll speak to you very, very soon.
It's St. Patrick's Day out, and I'll take all the luck you give to me. 40 Clover, baby.
Thank you very much.